Shalom, shalom. Saying I'm live, so Lord willing, I am live. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and dive right on into it. I hope the audio is fine, and I hope the visual is fine also. All right, shalom. Only of all praise to Yahweh by Yeshua, Yahweh Shai, by Yeshua Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and well. Peace and many salutations to y'all down this toil and this truth. All right, I am a true Hebrew Israelite, right? Of the tribe of Reuben, and I'm here to preach the truth unto those who have ears to hear, right? And this truth is only for a given group of people, the true Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, okay? Right? And also foreign Israelites, Israelites that might look like other nations, but are in fact Israelites, right? This is not a skin color doctrine. Again, it's more nuanced than that. Whoever has ears to hear, let them hear. Because contrary to popular belief, the Most High is not with this place. Babylon the Great, right? Okay? AKA America. Most High is not with this place, right? Because out of the lies, deceit, wickedness that it perpetuates on the planet Earth. And for that, the Most High is going to do away with this place by destruction, by war, right? And the only way that you're going to bypass these said perils is if you have the covering of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shah. Okay? So let's get to the scriptures. All right? We'll go with Amos 9-8, the first chapter. Okay? Stop. Let's go to Amos 9-8. Because the Most High is about to send judgment on this place, man. Right? And it behoove you have sense to pay attention to what's going on. Right? Now this is Amos 9-8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord God are upon his simple kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh. So the Most High eyes are upon the simple kingdom, right? Right? This place, what does it push? It push everything that's against the Heavenly Father, right? War, pestilence, right? The rationalization of destroying people, right? Pseudoscience, Moism, right? The alphabet community. This is what this place perpetuates, which is against the Heavenly Father. Okay? Hey, Magan, Shalom, brother. You inspired me. I was watching you sit down today. You bringing it out today. I was like, man, this man bringing it out by himself. I got to get out there and do something, even if I'm, handling business. So the water to your spirit, right? The Most High is against this place, man. For the wickedness that it perpetuates on the planet Earth with its hegemony. Now, that word hegemony means basically, in a nutshell, cultural dominance. It goes to these various countries, right? Give them unreasonable loans that they can't pay back, right? Hustle out of their natural resources, right? Set up coups in these various nations. You know what I'm saying? Cause division, right? And set up what? Set up this wayward doctrine, this wayward way of life, okay? Which is perpetuated by Western culture, chiefly what? The whole alphabet community, which is against the Bible. Okay, right? That's why there's so much division in the earth. Why is that? Why there's so much division in the earth? Because the wicked is ruling. Job 9:28. The earth is given to the hands of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof. It's not where and who and who is he? Who is this person that's creating all this madness on the face of the earth? Well, it's so-called white people, Esau, Edom. Okay, that's who perpetuating this wickedness on the planet Earth, man. Okay, all right. Wisdom of Solomon 14, and we started at 22, right? Moreover, this was not enough for them that they erred in the knowledge of the Most High. But whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those so great plagues they call peace. So look at America, man, and the single it down to the relationship between man and woman. That whole paradigm, right? It has been destroyed due to Western culture, right? Look at the divorce rates, right? Look at the children that are made out of wedlock. There should be no term of baby daddy or baby mama. They ain't going child support. Then you got moles that want to adopt a child and raise a child up, right? The moles touching the children. Okay, you got a dang on woman acting like a man with a woman, right? All types of madness. And this is perceived as peace. This is foreseen as being progressive. The whole transhumanism doctrine, which is off and contrary to the scriptures. Okay, contrary to the scriptures, man. Right? But these people call it peace. These people call that progressive, and it's leading them to death. Right? Death is synonymous with progressionism here. Okay, verse 23. For whilst they slew their children in sacrifices, used secret ceremonies, or made revilings of secret rites. Right now, in layman terms, what is that? The big A, right? You got women out there that were going crazy because they couldn't uh, 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 have the big A in Texas, and really that was nothing but that's nothing but a ritual, right? That's nothing but a ritual, okay? That these women do to receive more money, okay? To receive money, man, right? Which is the same thing our women were doing, which our women are the forerunners of that. You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, chiefly the head tribe, right? They were sacrificing unto Molech so they could receive what? Receive more money, right? Now it's about having an egg, unaliving your children so that you can for your career. And these both majority of women that's having these big eggs, they're not born in their career. They're born in the hoarder. Okay, right? So these women are practicing strange rites for the sake of money, right? Which is again idol worship, man. Right? And this again going back, this place perpetuates this madness. Okay, right? For whilst they slew their children in sacrifices, or used secret ceremonies, or made reviling of strange rites, they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another treacherously or grieved him by adultery. And this is one record. Adultery has become a part of so-called Negro culture, Negro, Latino, and Native American culture. To sleep with another man's woman, right? That's perceived as cool. But why is that though? Because there's an underlying spirit, wicked spirit that's being pushed by Esau Edom, by what? Western culture. Man. And the Most High seeing this, and guess what? He's going to judge. Okay? Back to it. Uh, they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew and another treacherously or grieved him by adultery, so that there reigned in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, death, and dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury, right? Exploiting people. People are being exploited, right? From the hood on up, right? What you see going on in the hood is nothing but a hyperbole of how Esau Edom uh, rules his nation, and a hyperbole simply means an exaggeration, right, or overstatement of how Esau Edom runs his society, right? White people, so-called white people, are Edomites. They're mad at Jake, but they curated the whole idea of black culture, right? Hey, the first known film, right, was what? A Birth of a Nation, which depicted the so-called Negro, as scoundrel, as sexual deviants, as rapists, right? As lazy, as violent, right? And that stereotype has always been used. These stereotypes, as I say, has always been used as a rationalization to do what? To put you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans under subjugation, right? So Esau Edom, aka so-called white people, have always had black fatigue, right? Have always had black fatigue, you know, right? But again, that whole subculture of the Negro it is a creation of Western culture. Okay, right? They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either was slew another treacherously or grieved him by adultery, right? Killing one another, no gang culture. But it came from the Wild Wild West. Esau, you don't like to call Jake Judah a murderer, but look what you did to the so-called Native Americans, right? The Native Americans was slaughtered in the name of Jesus. Then you told get over it. What about Chicago, right? But what about the natives? Right? So that there reign in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, death, dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury, disquieting of good men, forgiveness of good terms, defiling of souls, changing of kind. That word kind means sex, right? Who pushes that? Who pushes that culture of transgenderism on the world, right? And dares you to say something against it? Who does that? Okay? Changing of kind, disorder in marriages, adultery, and shameful uncleanness, for the worshiping of idols, not to be named, is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil, right? So the evil that we see that's persistent in this world, right, is not because a bunch of uncouth Negroes in the ghetto. No, there's an underlying culture that's being perpetuated here in America, right? That has always persisted. It's always been persistent. It is perpetuated by a group of people. Esau Edom. Okay? And because you push this wickedness, the Most High is going to take you out of the way. All right. Now let's go to Obadiah. Obadiah 1:1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus said Yahweh power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen that are greatly despised. So now the shameful feelings on Esau Edom by the relationship that it has with who? With these other nations. Esau Edom has gone to these various nations and put them into hardcore bondage by colonialism, by usury, right? Economic hitman, right? Setting up coups. People like to, they like to defame the Venezuelans and say, "Oh, they're just a bunch of thugs." Well, America set up a coup, right? Like what was it, 10 years ago? In Venezuela, and toppled the government, destabilized that whole country, destroyed the economy, bro. Right? So the other nations, which the Venezuelans are Israelites, right? We're just using it as an example, right? The other nations are looking at this place like, bruh, right? You're the problem. And they're making economic pacts, they're making political pacts, right? To circumvent the power that America has on the world. That's why you got the whole BRICS phenomenon, which has been around for years, right? Been around for nearly 10, I want to say, dare say 12 years, right? Which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South America, right? And they made a political, economic pact to circumvent the strength of the American dollar. Now you have Trump, they're starting to take it seriously because it's starting to gain traction. But the reason why is, these various nations are doing so because America has weaponized the American dollar by sanctions and things of that nature, right? By doing away from the gold standard, right, and placing basically buying and selling on what, on the dang on dollar, coining the term petrodollar, right? So they're able to basically, bully people into accepting certain things. These other nations are tired of it, bro. Right? The other nations are tired of it, and guess what? They're gonna stand up. And they're gonna fight against this place. Okay. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Right? The whole mantra, mega, right? We're gonna make this place great again. Nobody's gonna stop us. We're gonna do what we want to do. Nobody's gonna stop us from doing what we want to do, right? Well, the Most High has different plans for you. The Most High is going to bring you down. Okay. Thou, though thou hast, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, this will I bring thee down, said Yahweh. And Esau even has set himself on high, right? By what? By colonialism, by war, okay, right? It's military industrial complex. What America spends like $500 billion alone off of the military department. With $500 billion, man, he could end homelessness, man, right? But a very small group of people benefit off of the anguish of many, right? Thing is, you got this place talking about, you know, well, I should God-fearing place, but yet you rationalize the destruction of Gaza, which Gaza is one of the oldest known Christian states, if you will, or cities, I should say. Right now, these various Christians have been pushed out of Gaza. They've been pushed out of Gaza, right? By a war, hundreds of thousands of Palestinians being displaced by a war. There's a genocide going on right now, right? By a war of Esau Edom. So this man has set himself up high. Yet somehow, some way, a so-called Negro in the hood is a problem, right? And that's pride talk. And the Most High is going to bring it down. The God of the Bible is going to bring pride down. You know? You know? Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said Yahweh. For these come, if these come to thee, if robbers by night, how are they cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the great gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought out? That's right. So the Most High is going to make you completely bare. He's going to utterly destroy you for your wickedness. Right? Esau Edom, bro. The so-called white race, man. Right? Now, are there Israelites out there that are so-called white? Yes, it's not a skin tone thing. Right? But we have to iterate something. The majority of you Edomites, man, you're going down. You know? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are the hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound upon thee, under thee. It's like it. There is none understanding in them, right? So those that have made a confederacy with you, right? These various uh, 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 countries that's in the NATO, EU, things of that nature. Guess what? The NATO and the EU, they're going to turn. Some of these countries are going to turn against Babylon the Great, right? They're going to turn against this place. All right. Let's go to Jeremiah 51. Let's go to Jeremiah 51. Okay. Jeremiah 51. Jeremiah 51. This is Jeremiah 51 and verse 7, right? And you see when I hear like Houston, you know. Jeremiah 51 uh, verse 7. Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. That's right. So the nations have drunken the wine of this place, right? What is that wine? The philosophy of this place, right? Right? Therefore, these nations are mad, right? They've taken on the American dollar, which is It's really a fiat currency. It has no value. It's not backed by anything. It's only value. It's backed by contracts, and those contracts are waning, right? And in order to keep these contracts still going, what do they have to do? They have to constantly engage in war. They have to constantly engage in war. Okay, right? This is why they're entering into Venezuela and topple the government, right, to get the oil reserves, right? That's why their hands are in the Middle East, right? That's why their hands are in even Africa, even setting up coups in Africa. A lot of people don't talk about, the affairs of Europe. They're able to have some uh, say so because of them, basically being head over NATO and EU. The other nations are getting tired of that, of the hegemony of this place, Babylon the Great, and they're going to take it down, right? They're going to come up against this place, man, right? Back to it. Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon had been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. These nations are upset with this place, man, right? But as lies they perpetuate on planet Earth, was the structure that is perpetuated on the planet Earth. Therefore, they're going to come up against this place. Okay, right? As I'm speaking, I'm thinking about this particular precept. Uh, what's this? Okay, Revelation 17:16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon her, which is NATO, EU, right? Uh, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So these various nations, right, that were once uh, in league with this place, they're going to eventually come against this place in the next few years, right? Because these nations are gearing up, right, for World War III. Why is World War III being fought? Well, there's a whole new other uh, way of doing business that's coming, or the economy that's coming, right? Which is the fourth industrial revolution, right? And the fight is going to be about who controls AI, okay, which embodies a lot. Now the new goal is data from individuals. And it's going to be a fight of who controls this system. With that control, they're going to be able to set themselves up as if they're gods, okay, right? With this power, okay. So these various countries are going to realign themselves. The old way of doing of the economy is dying. Look at France. France is a prime example, right? Colonialism has been destroyed with the help of Russia, right? France is in a dilapidated state, so it makes sense for them to realign themselves and try to make certain pacts to make themselves to put themselves, I should say, in a better economic situation. More dire, which means extreme dire decisions going to be made for individuals, countries. Okay, this is going to lead to a lot of people doing what? Turning against, well, countries, I should say, turning against this place, Babylon the Great, man. Okay, all right. Now let's go to Joel. Let's go to Joel, man. You know, let's go to Joel. All right. Funny how you get a new Bible and it's just like you can't find nothing. That's all right though. We gonna figure that. Okay. Let's go to Joel. Bear with me. Here we go. Joel 3 and we're starting at verse 9. Joel 3 and 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw nigh. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Right? So let the weak say that they are strong. Who is this? These are the other nations. The other nations are gearing up for war. You have China gearing up for war. You have Russia gearing up for war. Right? Taiwan gearing up for war. Right? To do what? To eventually come against this place. Okay? To eventually come against this place, man. That's precisely what's about to happen. All right? Back to it. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So what does that mean? That means to basically increase your production of military artillery. Now you even have America doing that. America is increasing its war artillery. Right? They want to increase it by a substantial amount, you know, for the year 2026. Okay, why is that? Well, they're getting ready for something big, man. They're getting ready for war, right? Armageddon, right? Yahweh Sapat, right? A place of judgment where World War III will be carried out, right? And prophetically speaking, Babylon the Great, aka America, is not going to fail very well. Okay, these other nations will prevail. Starting with who? Starting with Russia. Okay, beat your plasters into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourself and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourself together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Right? Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there would I set to judge all the heathen round about. Right? So the Most High is setting up this place and the heathen to be judged. World War III, man, is going to be a very, very, very bloody war, man. Right? The technology that we're going to see is going to be unprecedented. Right? Now, Esau Edom is bringing out all these UFO sites. There's a whole phenomenon. There's a whole phenomenon of UFO sites, which we know to be chariots. But you have to understand why was the whole concept of Area 59 was created. It was created to basically mask the technology that the U.S. is producing. Okay, and the technology that's going to be used in World War III is going to be unprecedented, and it's coming. Right? And you Americans aren't ready, man. You talk about all this gun ho and America first and all that, but you're pansies. You getting pedicures and shit, being cute. You can spend $300 on a hairstyle, right? Expressing yourself. Esau Edom, man, the biggest punk out there, man. Right? You wanna express yourself and dive into your femininity. When you got the boys in Russia, man, they wrestling bears, man. Right? They getting ready. You're not ready, man. You Americans ain't ready, bro. I can look at you. You chilling, right? You chilling, man. And the Most High is going to put you in dire straits. Okay? When the time comes. Joel 3 and 12 and 13. Beat ye in, it's like put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitude, the valley of decision. For the day of Yahweh is near in the valley of this decision, which is Yahweh's supply. Right? Most High has already got the faith of you so-called Edomites sealed. Okay? Sealed. All right? Right? And a huge catalyst of that is what? Well, huge catalyst of Esau Edom going to war and losing. It's who? The small hatters, man. Right? Just right now, the small hatters are in a full front war. And they're going to eventually drag America into that full front war. Shoot, really five now. Front war. And it's going to escalate through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yashar. And that's, well, let me say, we're hoping that it's going to escalate. We know that prophetically speaking, that the least of them should draw them out. Right? According to what? Jeremiah 50 and 45. Okay? Let's get this in Jeremiah 50 and 45. Right? Jeremiah 50 and 45. Therefore hear ye the counsel of Yahweh that he hath taken against Babylon. Right? Now this is talking about Babylon, where we could utilize this for Esau Edom. Because Esau Edom is known as the daughter of Babylon. Alluding to what? Psalms 137. Right? Psalms 137 and 7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. That word raise it means to erase. Right? He said, basically destroyed Israel during the time of the Babylonian captivity. Right? Still had that mindset now. Right? Black fatigue, but they painted with these mantras, and they hide their disdain for us with mantras and things of that nature. And every year they come up with a different cliche or mantra to mask or to rationalize their hate against so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. Really spiritual. The reason why you have such hate and disdain for us because we're the Israelites, and you were said to be protagonists to the Israelites. Right? The so-called white race. right? Right? So Esau Edom has a mindset, always seems the mindset of killing you so-called Negroes, right? But the Most High sees it, and guess what? Hey, guess what? He's going to do away with you, man. Okay? Verse 7, remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. So the Most High, guess what? He's going to pay you back for all the wickedness you perpetuate on planet Earth, and chiefly for what you have done to the Israelites, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, man. Right? Payback is coming, bro. Hey, we're not going to forever be in a low state, man. A proverb and byword, right? We're not going to always be relegated to the hood, the bios, and all that crap. The Most High is going to bring us out of this dilapidated state, man. Right? And our enemies are going to see that. It's happening right before our eyes. It's happening with this word. Just waking up. Okay? Right? Jeremiah 50 and 45. Therefore, hear ye the counsel of Yahweh, that he has taken against Babylon and his purposes, that he had purpose against the land of Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flocks shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. Right? So the Most High, right, is going to bring Esau Edom to judgment, to the valley of decision, right, by these small hatters, the least of the flock, right? Which again is in a 5-front war, and they're pushing towards Iran, right? They're itching towards Iran. Well, this is going to lead to a hotter war, okay? And the Most High is doing all these things in a very methodical way to what? To issue our judgment on Esau Edom, bro. Judgment is coming, bro. Right? Whoever have ears to hear, let them hear. All right. Now let's go to Ezekiel 35. Ezekiel 35 and 1. Moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith Yahweh power. Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. That's right. So the Most High is going to judge Esau Edom for having perpetual hatred against us, man. Right? Who exhibited nothing but hate and malice towards the Israelites, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. Right? I will pose the question, shit, when has white people ever not had black fatigue? when have you ever been okay with us? You've always found some way to ostracize us and to destroy us. So the Most High is going to destroy you. Right? Most High sees all the bull, the BS that you have done. Okay? And guess what? He's going to judge. You're not going to get away with all this wickedness that you perpetuate on planet Earth, man. Right? Verse 6. Still in Ezekiel 35 and 6. Therefore, as I live, said Yahweh power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. That's right. So Esau, Edom, you haven't hated blood. Blood's going to pursue you. Right? And don't give me the whole, well, what about Chicago crap? the whole 13% thing. Man, look at all the wickedness that Esau Edom has perpetuated on the planet Earth. This place here, Babylon the Great, hasn't been in war for what, 2 years, 12 years? That's not an exaggeration, man. Right? Not to mention the coups that they had set up, right, throughout the earth. They like to bring up America, but look at the colonization that was going on by France, right, and with the help of America, right, that just ended in 2025. Okay, so this place here has perpetuated blood, so blood is going to destroy this place. By what? By the Most High, the God of the Bible. Judgment is coming. America is not going to be made great again, according to the Bible, man. Right? Thus I will make Mount Seir most desolate and cut off from it that cast it out and give their eternity. That's right. The Most High is going to destroy this place and the people that, that rule this place. Esau, Edom, right? You'll be put under subjection for 1,000 years, and after 1,000 years, you'll be burned up according to Obadiah. Okay? This place needs remodeling anyway. It'll be a pleasure to see. Okay? Let's go to Numbers 35. Let's go to Numbers 35. Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed, that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So this place can't be cleansed except the people who shed the blood, the Bar people, the natives, right? The Tainos, Apache, right? Seminole, Blackfoot, right? The Haitians, the so-called the Levites, Dominicans, the Seminoles, Simeons, right? This place can't be cleansed unless what? The blood of those that shed the blood of our forefathers, unless their blood is shed, man, which proves reincarnation in the scriptures, right? Most visits the I think to the forefathers in the third and the fourth generation, right? The Most High is going to visit the iniquity of this place, right? This is why you see such division in America now. Everything that you see going on was prophesied. Okay, there's only going to have a few people who have ears to hear, right, and eyes to see, right. So you have ears to hear and eyes to see. It behooves you to repent because judgment is about to ensue. You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, which are the true Israelites, judgment is about to ensue on this place, right? But most people, they don't want to hear it. Most people, they want to play, they want to chill, and they want to have a good time. They want to have a good time. I wrote Revelations 11. Let's see what it says. 11 and 5. Right? 11 and 15. Let's see, let's go 11 and 15. Ah, okay. This is another priest, another sit down there. There we go. Right? I'll say that 11 and 15 for last. Let's go to Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah. Because a lot of the Esau Edoms, they're not going to work anymore. And the reason why they're not working anymore is because the eyesight that was bestowed onto us. Okay. Now this is Isaiah. Let's go with 47. Right. Isaiah 47 and 1. Come, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne or daughters of the Chaldeans, but thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Right? Take the millstones and grind the mill. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. So the Most High is going to send his son back, right? In the chariots, right? When he come back, he's not coming back, in a low state like he did the first time he came. He's going to come back, right, in this angelic with the angelical force, the chariots of the Most High, what people ignorantly call spaceships, right? And what's going to happen? Judgment is going to ensue on this place for the violence and the wickedness that is perpetuated throughout the earth. Okay? Right? Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. Right? So the nakedness and the decadence of this place is being seen, right? Really by our words. Okay? As for our Redeemer, Yahweh hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called Lady of Kingdoms. Right, that great horde that's talking about Revelation, the 18th chapter, that sit upon the beast, Babylon the Great, that sit upon Nadon Evil has basically these other nations underneath their grip. The other nations are not going to perceive this place as that great lady anymore. Okay? Why is that? Because the Most High is uncovering this place. It's revealing his secrets and his lies and his wickedness. The other places, the other nations are seeing this place, as a nasty slut, right? In high school, you had that one female that was just a slut, and she was cool, for a couple years, but when it got out, all the nasty she did, people kind of ostracized her. As she got older, people looked at her a certain type of way, right? But how much more so for this place, that great whore? Okay, see, brothers, yeah, that brother Magan, James 2 and 13, for he shall have judgment without mercy that without mercy that has showed no mercy, and mercy rejoices uh, against judgment. That's right. So the Most High is going to judge this place that was merciless. This place was merciless on our people, man. Okay, right? Back to it. Verse 5, Isaiah 47 and 5. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very, very heavily laid thy yoke. Man, that was a beautiful scripture, bro. The water. That's right. Esau Edom has shown no mercy on us, include our elderly, man. Look at our forefathers, right? Look at our grandparents, man, right? Totally utterly destroyed by this place. Now Esau Edom would like to say, man, won't you guys get it together? Well, don't act like we didn't have our own cities. after the Civil War, during the Reconstruction era, you had a ample amount of so-called black cities. What happened to them? Well, they were burnt down by Edomites. They were burned down, destroyed, utterly destroyed by Edomites, man. Yet you want to say, get it together, pull yourself together. Well, every time we try to get it together, pull ourselves together, you're in the midst. The loot, the cause, are destroying the cause, man. Even the whole term of woke, that was made during the conscious era, or conscious community. And the whole woke means basically you're aware of the problems that's pervasive in the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American communities, right? And you're making endeavors, that were endeavors be strong attempts to do what? To correct amend the problems. But then here comes Esau Edom. He comes along and says, you know, I want to be a part of it too. A damn mo. Now when people talk about woke, right? They attach it to the Moism. They attach it to liberalism, right? So you've been very merciless against this, man. So the Most High is not going to be merciful towards you, okay? And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thine heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. So Esau Edom has a mindset that he's going to be able to keep the charade up forever. But guess what? Guess what? The Most High is going to uncover this place, man. Right? The Most High is uncovering this place. And eventually, he's going to destroy this place. Okay? All right? Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Right? Esau Edom has a mindset of we're going to afford this nation. We're going to keep on going. We're going to make this place great again. We're in the golden era right now. This is time that we're going to get it together. No, bro, you're not going to be able to get it together, bro. It's over, baby. It's over. Esau Edom, you're going down. Right? It's over. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. Right? So all the sorceries that you perpetuating, right, it's not going to save you from basically your children being destroyed. Right? You can say make America great again all day long. You can lie and say this place is a Christian nation. It's not going to be of any avail in the times that's coming. The Most High is going to do away with this place, man. Right? Right? But thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me. That's right. So this place has perpetuated itself as the police of the world, right? With its lies, with abundant lies, with its treachery, right? With its Western culture. And guess what? Because of that, the Most High is going to do away with this place, bro. This place is going to be taken down. It's going to be taken out of the way. There's not going to be anything that Esau even can do anything about it. Okay? Right? Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it rises, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and destruction shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Right? So now, hey, stand in what you believe, right? Right? But we know it's not going to be of any avail, right? All these enchantments that is pushing, that Esau is pushing, the whole trying to victimize the Israelis, it's not going to work. Demonizing Judah, it's not going to work, right? And they're gonna forward that mindset, but guess what? Most High is going to take them out of the way. Okay, right? Verse 13, thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from the things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter. None shall save it. That's right. So this place is going to be utterly destroyed. And the other nations that make money with this place, right? Although they're going to lament this place, right? They're going to have to go back into their country, right? This place is being made bare by the Spirit of Yahweh by Shemi Shai. I pray this was edifying for you all. I want to give all praise to Yahweh by Shemi Shai, by Shemi Kwafadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and Ruel. And many salutations to y'all that's toiling in his truth. Shalom.